Hey up everyone! So today on the channel I'm discussing the latest film from Christopher Landon. He's the chap that gave us some of the more fun horror movies we've seen in recent times, such as Happy Death Day and Freaky. His latest film is called Drop, which stars Meghan Fahy as Violet, a widowed mother to an adorable 5-year-old son, Toby, who goes out on a first date in forever with a handsome photographer called Henry, played by Brandon Sklenar. They go to this swanky Chicago restaurant called Palette, which is on the 38th floor of a high-rise building, only for Violet to become the recipient of some threatening airdrop messages from someone in the restaurant. With her son Toby's life on the line at home, Violet is caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse where she has to use her wits to figure out who in the restaurant is doing this to her. Everyone is a suspect, and writers Gillian Jacobs and Chris Roach have done a great job of keeping the audience guessing who it might be, and director Landon does a great job of keeping you on the edge of your seat throughout. I saw this film last night with my friend Dan, and we had a blast watching Drop. Not gonna lie, this film is pure trashy fun, but it is executed so well. It's got a little bit of everything: suspense, mystery, romance, comedy, thrills, everything in moderation. The premise was interesting. It manages to find a fresh spin on a story we've seen 1,000 times before. This is mostly a one-location thriller, that being the restaurant, and the production design of the restaurant was very chic. The cinematography does a very good job of capturing just how bougie this place looks. The acting in this is superb. Give Meghan Fahy the world, please, because she is just phenomenal in this. Her character Violet is walking a tightrope in this for like 100 minutes between composed and rattled, because the person who's threatening her with these airdrop messages says, "You can't let your date Henry know that anything's wrong, okay? You have to act normal or I'll kill your son." And Meghan Fahy does an incredible job of trying to keep it together for the sake of her son and her sister who's babysitting her son, and also subtly conveying to us, the audience, just how frazzled and stressed she is. My guess is that director Christopher Landon saw that scene in The White Lotus season 2, you know, the one that I mean, with Meghan Fahy on the beach with Will Sharp. It's like the best scene of the entirety of season 2. But yeah, I bet Landon watched it and thought, okay, we gotta get Meghan Fahy to play the role of Violet. Because Fahy is incredibly skilled at wearing emotion on her face that says one thing, but using her eyes to convey how her character's actually feeling. She's so talented at conveying that subtext through her eyes. It really is a fantastic performance from Faye, and she is just going from strength to strength with the projects that she's in. But the acting all around in this film is great. Apart from Meghan Fahy, I didn't really know any of the actors in this film, but they all did a great job. Brandon Sklenar is just impossibly perfect as the hunky Henry. He's sweet, he's sensitive, he's charming. Like, the real mystery of this film isn't who is sending these mystery texts to Violet. The real mystery is, how the hell is his character still single? Plot hole. Yeah, the math ain't mathing. Also, a shout out to Jeffrey Self, who plays the overly zealous waiter, Matt. He was so good in this, so funny. Like, he plays that waiter who's just a little overly keen and friendly. It's very easy for a character that's written like that to become quite annoying to the audience, but I didn't find him annoying, I actually found him quite endearing. My mate Dan had the nerve to turn to me in the cinema and go, "That's you, Luke, that's you when you wait on people." I was like, excuse me?
The cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
Like, I'm friendly and approachable, but I'm not that bad. Last time I invited Dan to a press screening, I'll tell you that. As for my negatives of the film, I do feel like the editing could have been reeled in a few places. Like, the film is quite fast and there is a lot of snappy editing. Like, there's a few scenes between Violet and Henry where I wish we could have seen it play out in a wide shot rather than cutting back and forth between them. But when you have a lot of cuts like this film does, it can be quite distracting. And while I do appreciate the lean runtime of only 100 minutes, I do wish Landon had allowed some of his scenes to breathe rather than pant. Also, the opening credits sequence of this film looked like it came out of an AI generator. Admittedly, I didn't hate it. It was visually interesting, but compared to the rest of the film, it just looked a little bit uninspired. All right then, shall we ask them 3 questions? Firstly, would I watch this again? For sure. The mark of a good mystery thriller is if you want to come back to it again, even when you already know who the killer is. With Drop, I could happily watch this again and again, and I would even add it to the collection. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Yes, Drop is easily one of the most fun films you will watch in the cinema in 2025. It's an original, funny, and suspenseful thriller with great acting and a breezy runtime. More films like this, please! And for all of its trashy popcorn fun, it doesn't shy away from a pressing topic of domestic and psychological abuse, and how victims like Violet can reclaim claim their power and agency. So yeah, I highly recommend this one, guys. Go watch it in a cinema, watch it with a crowd, watch it with your mates. It's a great date night movie as well, which feels weird to say after I said it addresses the topic of domestic abuse, but here we are. And third question, what score to give out of 10? I had a fab time watching Drop, okay? It is a solid 8 out of 10 for me. But as always, guys, it is just one bloke's opinion. Love to hear your thoughts on Drop. Have you seen it? What do you make of it? Whatever you have to say, let your voice be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed the vid, help me out by hitting the little thumbs up button. For more movie, TV, and Oscars-related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.